Hey, it's Jason and Angels of Assisi. I'm here with Crystal.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, you know, just another day in the office helping these community pets stay healthy and happy and keep their owners happy too.
That's right.
Oh, look at that one.
I know. I couldn't resist a little bit of prop work here.
That's right. That's
tough day at the office.
Tough day, man.
So what are we talking about?
We're going to talk a little bit about a test that we do here at Assisi. It's called the 40X test. And what that does, it tests for multiple things, really important things. Heartworm being number one. We do see a lot of heartworm cases coming through, especially with some of the rescues that we do in our adoption center.
Now, what kind of brings about heartworm? How does that start?
Sure, it comes from mosquitoes.
Oh, okay.
Mosquito bites a dog that's infected, comes over the fence, bites your dog, and the larvae get injected into the bloodstream, where they migrate to the heart, and they grow into adult worms that can cause death. And it's not a very pretty sight.
And there's a lot of mosquitoes around.
There's so many mosquitoes. My husband goes out in the yard, and thank goodness mosquitoes don't like me, but he gets pounded with them.
Yeah.
Comes in with like 20 bites in 10 minutes.
This guy too, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he O positive? I have a
No.
theory that O positive blood people are really tasty to mosquitoes.
Maybe
It's
that's
just a
what it is.
theory.
I know that I'm not.
There's no science behind that, other than I'm O positive.
Right, and I am not O positive,
Yeah.
so and maybe that does have something to do with it. But anyway, so the heartworms, like I said, grow to adults in the heart. The treatment for heartworm is very expensive.
And it's dangerous too.
It's very dangerous. It can cause heart failure quickly in a dog.
So it's best to prevent that.
It's absolutely, and it's cheaper to prevent it. $12 a month. We have a tablet called Sentinel here,
Okay.
and it will prevent heartworms. It controls intestinal parasites, and also has a little bit of flea control in it too.
Oh, nice.
So it's an all-in-one type tablet. We do recommend, if you're going to use Sentinel, to use an additional flea and tick
Just
medication
gives you a
as
little
well.
extra then.
For sure.
Kicks it up a notch.
Yep. And once $12 a month is a lot cheaper than an $800–900 treatment for
Yeah.
heartworms. And the treatment is very painful too. It's an injection that goes into the spinal muscles. So it's not a fun process
not a fun
at
thing
all.
for anybody.
You have to restrict the dog's activity for 3 to 4 months. Strict cage rest, outside to potty, right back inside, no running, jumping, getting excited. So it takes a toll on everybody.
That's a lot of work.
It really is. So once again, it's so much easier just to prevent heartworms than it is to have to treat them.
All right, so what else does the 40X do?
The 40X test also tests for something that we see a lot of. I just had a case a few minutes ago, Lyme disease.
And that's tick-borne.
That is totally tick-borne. There are two other things that the 40X tests for tick-borne wise, which is anaplasmosis and Ehrlichia. We do see those fairly often as well, not nearly as often as I'm seeing Lyme disease.
And that's the other thing, like, I know there's a lot of mosquitoes around here, but I mean, I grew up in the Northeast, you know, in the woods with my buddies all day. I never saw a tick in my life until I moved here 4 years ago, and now they are rampant.
It's ridiculous. Thank goodness it seems like they're kind of calming down right now. We expect it to rise again, because it'll rise again before it gets cold, it seems like, by the trend that I've been seeing. But at the beginning of the summer, it was absolutely ridiculous. Every dog came in here, we'd find a tick on, or owners coming in saying, hey, my dog has ticks. He's never had ticks before. So the conditions...
I had ticks on me. Like,
Right.
I came in and I just was in the office and, you know, I was like, what's that? And I was like, oh my gosh, there's
It's
a
a
tick
tick.
climbing on me. I don't even know how I like walked from my house to the car, my car to the building, and there was a tick on me somehow.
You know, and people come in and tell me, oh, well, my dog's an inside dog. Well, does it go outside to use the bathroom? Yes. It takes that long for a tick to get onto your animal or yourself and attach. And once it attaches, that's when the risk of the Lyme disease, Ehrlichia, anaplasmosis increases.
Okay. So this snap test is a test you do right here, and it's not even, you don't even have to wait. It just...
Yep. By the time we usually do, if you agree to do the combo test, we will get that started at the beginning of the appointment, and by the end of the appointment, we have all the results for the heartworm, the Lyme, anaplasmosis, and Ehrlichia. 10 minutes is all it takes to find out if your dog is exposed or not. And if it is, treatment, pretty simple, especially if they're not showing any symptoms. And we'll talk about some symptoms here in a second. Treatment is a month's worth of antibiotics. Doxycycline is what we use, and usually that will clear the Lyme disease from them. A lot of times they will still test positive for years afterwards.
Yeah, one of our pugs actually had Lyme disease at one point. He
Yep,
still tests
still test positive for it. So if it's a chronic type infection, we treat one time, watch for signs and symptoms. Signs and symptoms of Lyme disease, a lot of times we see limping or swelling in the legs and in the joints. Sometimes your pet will be super lethargic and not know a reason why. Not eating, things like that. So if you're noticing that your pet's doing these things, limping, not eating, lethargic, just something's not right, good idea to start simple, easy, 30 bucks, 40X test, and that way we could get them on a proper treatment protocol.
Okay.
Once again,
Easy.
so much easier to prevent than to treat. Keep your animals on flea and tick medicine year round.
And you just did one a couple of minutes ago.
Just a few minutes ago.
And it came up positive.
And it sure did. It came up positive. The owners were very shocked because the dog stays inside, goes outside to use the bathroom, but once again, it takes one tick, one bite in order to infect with Lyme disease.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome.